Trump is about to deport hundreds of Somali Americans right now. I'm gonna break it down for you. So on November 21st, Trump announced via Truth Social that he's terminating TPS for Somalis in Minnesota.
We love our brothers and sisters who are Democrats, but you left us. And because the left left us, join the right, vote for Trump 2024.
And we're gathered here today to fully support and endorse President Trump and their defense.
I don't care if I'm the first person to say this, but us Somalis are not black. There's a difference between African and black. Let me ask you a question. Are Moroccans and Egyptians black? Tradition, our history, our culture are so much more different compared to these other countries that are actually black. Josh Pe0ple, if you're not black, what are you? I'm Somali.
Somalis are not black. Now, before you disagree with me, I just want to say, listen, right? There's no such thing as a term black.
They came to the US seeking safety, people from Somalia, many now living in Minnesota and other parts of America under temporary protected status, TPS, was meant as a stopgap, a way to allow people whose home country is devastated by world instability to live legally, work and avoid deportation while conditions remain unsafe back home. Now, the Trump administration says he's taking that away. At least for Somalis in Minnesota, he posted on his Truth Social about it, and a lot of them right now are panicking. Guess who is excited? Of course, the same people that they have chosen to support. Instead of them supporting them to talk about it, a lot of them are saying yes, they got to go. Well, guys, I have got a lot of videos for you guys on this. Then we'll come back with more commentary. Please let me know what you think in the comment section as we watch together. Do you think Somalians deserve this after everything? Well, credit belongs to original creators of this video. Let's go watch.
So Alana Mar goes on the news and says that Somalians have always been the fabric of this country. They didn't even start migrating here until 1991 under that protective status. And currently in Minnesota, they've shut down a housing program because they fraudulently brought in over $140 million using federal tax money that was allegedly laundered back to Al-Shabaab, which is the group linked to Al-Qaeda. They also had Somalians open up these clinics, went out and diagnosed a bunch of Somalians with autism and frauded our Medicaid out of hundreds of millions of dollars. And those programs have been shut down. The fabric of our country are veterans, farmers, teachers, stay-at-home parents that help build the next generation, welders. That's the fabric of our country. The veterans who have fought for this country, that's the fabric of our country, not people from damn Somalia. I can tell you that right now. You want to know who the fabric of our country is? Go look at the structure in New York. Go look at the structure and fabric of this nation. Go look at the people that have died in combat. That's the fabric of this nation, not Somalians. They need to send them all back home. Time is up and they can take her with them.
And the reason he's doing this is because he has accused the Minnesota Somali community of fraud and money laundering. But as of now, he has offered no public verified proof of that. According to the congressional data, around 705 of them being Somali-born people in the US currently benefit from TPS. And the DHS actually extended and redesignated Somali's TPS status on July 22nd, 2024 into March 2026. Legal experts argue that Trump does not have legal authority to unilaterally revoke TPS designated by law, especially for a particular group in one state. Civil rights groups are calling that this is politically motivated and discriminatory, and courts are likely to step in.
So Trump just said that Somalians don't belong in America anymore. If you don't know what I'm talking about, the Somali community in Minnesota has been falsely diagnosing children with autism to receive taxpayer handouts and taking advantage of the system. They then take those funds and they funnel it back home to Somalia, subsequently funding a terrorist organization known as Al-Shabaab. This new Medicaid system would cost taxpayers $2.6 million, at least that's what they said. The first year, 2020, was $3 million, 2021 was $20 million, and then just 3 years later, it quintupled to $100 million, and 2025 was on track to cost taxpayers $120 million for the year. 40% of Somalian households in Somalia receive remittances from, relatives, friends, family, whatever, in the United States, totaling the annual remittance to Somalia $1.7 billion, which is more than the Somalian government's budget. Here's how it works. The Minnesota taxpayers work hard. They have the job, they pay their taxes, they hope that in return for taking care of the system will take care of them in exchange. It doesn't, because the Somalians who are here are taking advantage. They're misdiagnosing children with autism and claiming to need more government assistance than they really do. They then take the money, the government assistance that they have stolen, the money that they have stolen from taxpayers, and they send it back to Somalia, where it is received by numerous groups, one of which happens to be an Al-Qaeda-backed terror group named Al-Shabaab. Who could have possibly guessed that people coming from a country with an IQ of 67 wouldn't actually contribute anything to society?
We are Somalis, not black. There, I said it. Alright, everyone is keep asking, why don't Somalis want to identify as black?
It's simple. The term black was never a word to begin with.
Trump administration is trying to end temporary protected status for Somalis living in Minnesota. This is what happened last night. This is what was posted on True Social. Minnesota, under Governor Walz, did not spell his name right, by the way, is a hub of fraudulent money laundering activity. I am, as President of the United States, hereby terminating, effective immediately, the temporary protected status for Somalis in Minnesota. Somali gangs are terrorizing the people of the great state, and billions of dollars are missing. Send them back to where they came from. It's over. President DJ Now, it's unclear if he can even do this, if he can take away TPS from one group of people in one state. Usually the Secretary of Homeland Security is the one that designates countries for TPS status. Somali has been in this status since the 90s because of the civil war that is still ongoing there. If this does go through, it will impact about 700 Somalis that live in Minnesota. If you are unaware, Minnesota has the largest Somali community in the United States at about 80,000. So it's a very small number of individuals that will be impacted. This is more about Islamophobia. It's about racism. That's what this is about. It's about a scare tactic and to rally a base. Like Emmer came on and was like, good for you, Donald. And it's just like, y'all just racist.
Trump just ended the protection for Somalis, the ones in Minnesota. He said it's over for them, to send them back to where they came from on his true social media. He's tired of them scamming Minnesota out of hundreds of millions of dollars. You must have heard about that Feed the Kids scam, where they said that they was feeding hundreds of thousands of kids, but they weren't. And he's tired of them terrorizing the people of Minnesota. This is Trump on his true social media. We all know that Minnesota is the home of the largest Somali community in the country. Now, we don't know how this is going to play out. We don't know if they're going to go in stealth mode and send the National Guard into Minnesota. We just don't know how he's going to implement it or if it's even legal to do. But, you know, we're talking about Trump. Trump, he don't care. He don't listen to the judges. When he said it's over so far, you know. But, yeah, let me know what y'all think about it, especially the people in Minnesota.
So some individuals, like Somalians individuals, have been accused of fraud in Minnesota social service programs, but those are individual crimes. That does not justify punishing an entire ethnic or, a particular group. Collective punishment is wrong, and it undermines the ideas of justice that treats people as individuals. Even legal experts are raising serious questions. The program of TPS was never meant to be revoked on a state-by-state, ethnic group by ethnic group whim. Okay, current law allows for protections to end only under certain conditions, like improvement in the migrant home country, and typically applies to all eligible people from that country. Applying a revocation only to Somalians in Minnesota looks more like it's being targeted than lawful policy. More than that, this move carries, real consequences for families. Many Somalians living in Minnesota have children born in the US or have built network jobs, roots from, years, forcing them out or even terrifying them with the whole deportation thing doesn't just impact individuals, it undermines entire communities, family stability, job security, education, mental health. It also sends a strong message that loyalty, contribution, assimilation, or simply living quietly doesn't matter, that your skin, your name, or your origin can still make you a target. That contribution to fear, alienation, and distrust, not just among immigrants, but in society at large. For those watching, like Black Americans, immigrants, and allies, anyone who believes in fairness, this should matter, right? But you guys already know what's up, right? A lot of these Somalians have come out severally to say, I'm not Black, I'm Somalian, I'm not Black, I'm this, I'm not Black. A lot of them even saying words like, there's no such thing as Black, okay, that Black is not even a word on its own, that these things were just fabricated by colonial masters and all of that. So for some people, for people who we all see as Black, coming out to say they're not Black, so how come they're not wanting help from the same people that they said they are not, they don't have anything to do with them, right? So at this point, it's as if people are just on their own, okay, and facing whatever thing that comes to them. And for years, right, people have been telling them you can't come out and say you're not black. Not only Somalians, we have this Dominicans. Okay, I'm Dominican. I'm not black. I'm not black. I'm Dominican. A lot of them coming out to say they're not black either, right? And each time that things happen, like what happened to the Latinos, you saw how a lot of people just kept quiet and all that. Not for any reason, but because of the way that they voted. And I was also very shocked to also find out that a lot of these Somalians actually voted for Trump. And now he's removing their TPS. Like, how melodramatic. A lot of the leaders came out and said things like, oh, the left us. So now we are joining the right. So everyone vote for Trump. And the same person that you all collectively, came out to support and vote for is now the same person telling you guys it's time to pack your loads and go. Like, make it make sense. Because I'm just here wondering, when are they going to ever learn? Right? But yeah, learning is, people only learn when things affect them, and at this point I think this is the learning process for a lot of them. Like I always say, some people do not learn when it affects other people. They only learn when they are being affected directly, right? So somehow they might be heading home because of Trump new decision to let them go. Some people are also accusing their leader. There's this particular lady, Oma something. I don't know her, her full name. Let me not pronounce it wrong, right? But that lady has been very outspoken, and for a while now, I think Trump has been saying a lot about her, and she has also been responding. It's just like a sub between these two people. So some people are not saying that she's the one that made them, okay, the targeted ones, okay, that if she's not everywhere all about talking about different things, that they would not be targeted. Now people also talking about how people gave some of them money that they said they wanted to feed the poor and all of that. All of a sudden, they now discover that these people were never feeding the poor. Instead, the money was going back home to a particular organization and all that. Okay, allegedly. Well, a lot of people have just said so many things about these guys. And yeah, it's a freak out moment for a lot of them right now, because nobody wants to hear that, your temporary status that have kept you in the country have been taken away. And I think that by law, they cannot just take it away state by state. And it has to be that, the situation back home is already okay. But you guys look at Venezuelans, look at every other country that their temporary status has been taken away in recent time. Is their country great yet? Is it better yet? Before they start sending them back home. We all know the answer. So it's not like this is the first time this is happening to just one particular group. But yeah, this is the first time, okay, it's happening to these particular people. And that's why like a lot of people are not even minding, because from onset, they have always known where they belong. They said they want to be them. They are Somalians. Okay, they're not black. So which particular group are they going to belong to? Who are their allies? Who are they going to fall back on? I think maybe Arabs. Yeah, because a lot of them actually also, relate with them more. But yeah, let me know what you all think in the comments. I really feel so sad that this is happening to these people at this time, because some people have already planned their year, planned their life with their kids. Some children already born in the US. Some are attending schools and, what have you. But yeah, this is going to affect a lot of families badly as the deportation starts knocking. But you guys, let me know what your own take are in the comment. Let's have that conversation. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already. And don't forget to give the video a thumbs up so that more people can see it. Credit belongs to original creators of this video. See you all on my next. Thank you so much, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye, guys.